One of my favorites.
To the 1 of 32 podcast. I am your host, Dons. Sitting here with my other host, KP. KP, I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you even like the birds?
No.
Do you even like the birds?
I love them.
Do you even like the birds?
I love them.
Can I tell you, you know that song that I was just tizzling out on a few minutes ago?
You were going wild pre-show, dude. You were going wild.
I can't even remember the melody. I can't even remember the melody anymore. And I just sang it for like 40 minutes straight. I have no idea what it was.
I don't know what you were listening to on the way over here, but it got in your head.
I don't know. But anyways, do you or do you not even like the Eagles? And I'm going to give you my answer right now. Right now, my answer is no.
You don't like them?
I'm pissed. This is the first time that I have to work a full-ass week with the Eagles' loss under our belt. And I'm not going to lie, it kind of made me lose the meaning and purpose of why I even do any of it all. Like, why do I even clock into work if when I get there, I'm constantly just reminded of all the failures of the Philadelphia Eagles and we don't even get a dub? So I'm supposed to work with no dubs?
Food doesn't taste the same.
No.
Drink doesn't drink the same.
It downpoured literally all day today. It's been raining. It's been terrible weather. I had this lady who I took her parking spot in the parking lot on accident. Freaking cussed me out. I was coming... Not to my face. She was definitely doing it in the car. I didn't notice. And then I saw the Mercedes because I thought the car was passing by. And so, like, I took the parking spot, but I guess she wanted to back into it or something like that. And so I, like, didn't notice, but then I saw it, like, come flying back while I was getting my stuff, like, out of the car. And then, like, I look in the rear view and she's, like, cussing me out as I'm, like, getting out. And it's funny because she literally parked one spot over from me. Like, it was literally right there. But the reason why I'm telling this story is because I was walking with my hands full. I went to Cava for lunch, and she was walking in front of me, and she opened the door, and she grabbed it, and she closed it shut.
No, she
because she was spiteful that I accidentally took her spot. But you know what?
She's probably a Giants fan.
Yeah, we don't like her anyway. Anyways... The only way that I know I could feel better, I don't know about you, is a certain game that might be happening tomorrow. Chris, tell the people what's going on.
Short week, Birds fans. Nothing better after taking a loss than a short week to forget it. Thursday night football, Eagles at Giants.
Eagles, Giants at MetLife Stadium, that terrible turf. Let me ask you this. I don't want to ask it. I
know what you're going to say.
What?
It's the I word. It's the unfortunate.
The injuries, dude. How many people do you think are going to get injured tomorrow?
Oh, my God. I'm not even answering that. But I will talk about the previous injuries. Malik Neighbors. Our star running back, Saquon Barkley, injured his knee on this turf. So it's claimed the majority of the Giant superstars. Let's go back to Odell Beckham.
Tell me about Odell Beckham.
Another knee injury on the turf. I believe last year it was a Bosa brother who hurt himself on the Giants field.
Don't
Every
forget,
year. What?
OBJ, not the only injury he had. Pretty sure he had a dirty encounter with a kicking post.
Hey, if it wasn't for that kicking that downs, his career would have been totally different, if you ask me.
True.
But anyway, so the Eagles are heading into MetLife Stadium, a.k.a. the worst turf in the NFL. One of the things that always grinds my gears every year at the NFL meetings in the summer, we always hear about, well, Daniel, what we're really focused on this year is player safety. We want the players to be healthy. We're concerned about them. But let's add an 18th game. And let's not replace all the terrible turf that we have. Back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Yeah, I wonder why they don't just switch to grass by now.
And they'll bring in grass for the soccer games or for the concerts.
Yeah, it makes no sense. And it's not like you don't have the infrastructure or the resources in order to care for the grass.
Give me the grass downs. I bet you fans would pay more money for more tickets or whatever so that we can have a nice, clean field and not have to worry about the turf. So,
You
I did hear a rumor.
I don't know.
I heard a rumor about the Eagles' new stadium. Maybe in a couple years could be a dome. Do you
Really?
want a dome or do you want outside?
A dome would be cool,
But
there's nothing cooler than going to a game in the elements and
the
having
snow.
a nice tight-knit game. But, bro, it's cold out here. It's mad cold in the winter. It does make it a little unbearable. It would kind of be nice to be in a situation where the weather's never going to affect you. However, again,
what?
it gives teams that are used to playing in the weather a bigger advantage. So once you get into the playoffs and you have to play in the Super Bowl, that is unbeknownst to anybody where it's going to be. You
There's
kind
two
of lose
sides.
that advantage and you become the Miami Dolphins.
There's two sides to the argument. There's the old, well, I want to see football played at its best, where the players are in the best conditions, they can run the fastest, it's a cleaner game, or football was meant to be played in the weather. In the rain, in the snow, in the wind, which team can adjust, which team can adapt, and get through the inconvenience of the snow. But Don's, well, hold on. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Before we had a game on Thursday, we had another meeting situation with the Eagles.
A situationship?
We had a meeting. Now, Don's, when you hear the word meeting, I know what I think about. I think about last season. 2-2.
Oh, we know what you think about.
2-2. Lose to the Bucks, and what happens?
My boy.
The offensive line goes to Sirianni. Hey,
Yeah.
bud, I know you like to throw it. Hurts was throwing the ball way too much the first 4 games. The offensive line went in, talked to Sirianni, and said, hey, what's the strength of our team? We know you have all these nice toys, but we don't get anywhere without the offensive line. Let's lean on the offensive line. And Don's, the rest is history. Look at this right here.
Okay, but what do you think this meeting was?
Well, this year's meeting was A.J. Brown, Saquon, and Jalen Hurts.
And
My first question or
Devontae
thought,
Smith as well.
What?
Devontae was there too.
I didn't know that he was there. I thought it was Saquon, AJ, and Jalen, but he should be there.
I thought I saw Devontae there, but
He'd
maybe
feel
I'm
left out
wrong.
if he wasn't, right?
Maybe I'm wrong. I'm bad at everything else, so it wouldn't surprise me to give you bad information.
The reason I brought it up, Dons, is like another meeting. Last year, we talked about the 2-2 start. We have the meeting now. We have another meeting. So Saquon was quoted as saying the focus was all about the team. They did all acknowledge they did have a meeting, which to me is the first step. My question or first thought is, Don's, this is an internal meeting that happened in the stadium or in the Eagles facility. Why is that information getting out? I don't like that.
Yeah, it is kind of weird. There's somebody talking to the media. Again, there's a rat in the locker room. But the only thing I can help to think about when you say meeting is how I really wish Mark Sanchez would interrupt my meeting tomorrow. That would be nice.
Well, folks, if you want to go down a rabbit hole, that took over last weekend's news. You know what else happened, Don's? Mac Jones saw a dead body.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't hear about that one?
Welcome to the team, Mac Jones. Dead body survivors.
He was on his balcony doing his meditation. He looked out into the water and saw a body face down. Ended up being a dead body at the end of the day. So,
Oh, man.
I digress.
That's terrible. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
That's the story that nobody's talking about because of the Mark Sanchez story.
Jesus,
he took all
Mark.
the news.
Fumbled the bag again, Mark, didn't you? Anyway.
So I just wanted
Meetings.
to... Yeah, I wanted to talk about the meeting before we get to the game, only because it reminded me of last year. It's the 3 biggest pieces of the offense, Jalen, AJ, and Saquon. We have the drama of last season with Brandon Graham, which, little side note, Duns, I made a purchase today on the internet. Ooh, you can't wait to see
What'd
it.
you
Brandon
get?
Graham is in it. I'm going to put it on the pod. It's going to be right here next week when it comes in. You're going to love it. Anyway,
Very nice.
Brandon Graham, quoted last year as basically going on a radio show and saying, in less words or in more words, yeah, Jalen and AJ used to be friends, but not so much anymore. Now, at the time, created a lot of tension, or what we thought was tension. It ended well because we won the Super Bowl, but here we are again, Dons, with more drama, more like we're not getting along. The offense doesn't look good. We're going to get into some stats later today about how bad the offense looks. Here's my question for you, Dons. Will this meeting turn the Bird season around like it did last year?
No, because I feel like they're trying to manufacture something that already happened and recreate magic that was already used up. You know, the mage needs to be put to rest. What needs to happen this year is actually refilling those cracks in the foundation. And yeah, you need to have a meeting. It's not like it's the meeting that's the issue, but it becoming something like how last year's meeting became of such a staple of a turnaround season point, or turnaround point in the season, I should say better. I just don't think AJ Brown and Jalen. I almost called him Jalen Smith. AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts. I don't think their relationship is going to be solved by one meeting.
Mm-hmm. It almost seems like it's a professional relationship now, where you have friends at work that are friends at work, and then when you leave, they're your friend from work.
I have good meetings before and then came out and had bad results. So I don't know. I'm sure other people out here have too. So
the only good thing about the meeting, Dons, is I'll fast forward a little bit now to tomorrow, is we get to play the New York Giants.
Yeah. So let's talk about it. The Eagles going 4-1. The Giants, I want to say, are 1-4.
One win.
One win. So we have the reciprocals here. Giants have admittedly looked a lot better since Jackson Dart has took over, and it's not necessarily just everybody became all-stars, but it feels like an energy and a life is vibrating through this Giants team, and you can see that on the field by the way players are responding to adversity and the way that they're stepping up, I think, in big moments where before they would be fighting, and then something bad happens, and then here comes the 21-point blowout. Now, the Giants are scratching and clawing and doing the best they can for their young QB. I'm very impressed with what I see here.
Anytime you get a young quarterback on the field on a team, it's going to rejuvenate him. There were rumors all off season. When's he going to start? How soon will he start? I didn't think it would be this early because the schedule that he's gotten thrown into. However, Dons, to me, especially early in the season, the previous week is very important. I think the first maybe 6 to 8 games, because it has an impact on you. And let's not forget, Dons, the Giants just went into New Orleans and laid an absolute egg. I kid you not. They turned the ball over 5 consecutive drives.
It's insane. I didn't even know that.
5 times in a row they turned the ball over. My father, who is a diehard Giants fan, could not be more disgusted with his team.
Especially because they gave him a little bit of hope because of the win the week before. And to follow it up with that goose egg. But again, it's like, was last week, well, not the Saints week, but was the week before their Super Bowl for the season. It kind of seemed like it. It kind of seems like Russ is the bad guy everywhere that he goes. And everybody just like, as soon as Russ leaves the position of power, everybody just like sighs and instantly gets like a rejuvenated boost to keep moving forward. I kind of feel bad for him. I don't know anything about him. You hear all this bad stuff about Russell Wilson, but at the same time, like, damn, this guy can't catch a break at all.
He almost seems like a robot sometimes, the way he operates and communicates. But
have you ever tried his Danger Witch?
No.
I refuse to.
What's
I hated
that?
the commercial so much. He had his own like special Subway commercial. Remember the Danger Witch?
Oh man.
And, I actually, that was right around the time I stopped going to Subway altogether. So he's killed Subway.
If you want a quick laugh, folks, go watch or look up the Russell Wilson commercial advertisement with when he's holding the Subway sandwich. It is beyond comedy. It is pure gold. He doesn't even, I don't think he's trying to be funny.
Mr. Unlimited.
He is a weird. Oh, how about Let's Ride, Broncos Nation. Let's ride. Now, not a bad saying. Just coming from him, it just felt a little
weird.
It's
just so corny, and I am the king of Mazzola, bro. I am corny as hell. In that commercial, and Russell Wilson, almost anything he does, I feel bad for him. Just looks corny, just sounds corny. And again, I'm not saying I'm not corny, king of the cob over here, but bro, Russ, what?
If they would have just handed the ball to Marshawn Lynch, he'd have 2 Super Bowl rings, and boy, would his career be different.
Yeah. Would it, though? I mean,
I think anytime you get more than one, you're in a different category.
Yeah, that's true. That's why Aaron Rodgers is a meh. Hey, you know what I realized?
What?
I didn't even turn on the light on the stand this whole time. Anyways,
We don't need it.
Eagles, Jalen Hurts. Do you think the offense bounces back this week versus a Giants mediocre at best defense?
I do, Dons. And first, the quick answer is yes, but here's why. I think it's more about the defense. This Giants offense is anemic. When you have Malik Neighbors on the field, he is a threat anywhere. He hurt his knee on this turf. He's out.
Yeah.
Their next receiver, Darius Slayton, who they paid $30+ million to in the offseason or last season, he's been a dud. That leaves them, Slayton is also out for this game. That leaves Wan'Dale Robinson, Theo Johnson, the rookie tight end, or maybe second year, and a guy we haven't talked about yet, Cam Scatterbo, Dons.
Scatterbo rushes his ass to use steroids. That man's on steroids, NFL. Do me a favor and go test this man right now. He looks like a meathead. He plays like a meathead. He moves like a man who is possessed by a freight train. Scatterbo is one of the most interesting players I've come across in the NFL in quite a few years. And it's not in the aspect as to how amazing of a talent he is, and he's definitely talented. He has some good skill sets under his belt, but the fury that this man plays football with is something to be admired and something to be studied, because there's not a lot of football players like him in the NFL right now, and it's actually refreshing to see somebody with that more old school, like, football smash mouth in your face mentality coming to the TV and seeing it in a young man that is scratching and clawing for every minute he can get in the NFL.
That boy runs mad. Like, he's angry at the ground, Downs. Almost
Pacheco like. Run football.
He's almost Isaiah Pacheco-like, where he runs hard, he runs downhill, he does not care who's in front of him.
Why do people say that? Why do people always say Isaiah Pacheco runs so hard and runs people over? He does not, dude. He does not. Isaiah Pacheco is one of the most middest running backs in the NFL who benefits from having one of the best offensive freaking ensemble that we have seen, that is Patrick Mahomes' arm and freaking Travis Kelce. Isaiah Pacheco is not a bad running back, but I'm tired of people saying he's a bruiser, bro. He's no Marshawn Lynch. He's no Derrick Henry. He's no even, I don't even know the next person that I want to say right now.
Brandon Jacobs.
He's no
it's
Brandon
Giants
Jacobs.
Week.
No, but I was looking something more like realistic. He's not like Jordan Howard, like in the beginning of his career. You know what I mean? He's not that dude.
No.
He doesn't run that angry. That's that soft, like, new generation football shit. Pisses me off. Sorry.
Don's is old school.
I didn't mean to go off on you, though.
That's okay.
That's not what I meant.
Before we get into the game and all that good stuff, I want to go back to last year, Dons. The Eagles won both of their games versus the Giants last season, a combined score of 48-16.
Crazy.
28-3, 20-13. So first game blowout, second one anything but a blowout. New team, totally different, but this is a division rival. It's a team that we know. They know us. There's less tricks. There's less, we didn't expect that. Now, we are going up against a rookie quarterback, and Vic was actually very complimentary of what he's said about what he's seen from Jackson Dart. Now, they could all be blowing smoke, and he knows he's about to blitz the hell out of him and screw him up and confuse him. But this is a kid, let's not forget, starting just his third game in the NFL, and they have a rookie running back in the backfield. So to answer your question from a couple minutes ago, the offense is going to bounce back, but it's only because we're going to be on the field for so damn long, or the defense is going to do such a great job keeping the Giants offense off the field that we'll have so many reps and opportunities and plays that I expect the Eagles to win by 20+ points. This is a get right game, Dons. I'm saying it right now. It's a get right game.
I think Michael Vick doesn't know what he's talking about, and he obviously only likes Jackson Dart because he has the same amount of wins in college football. He is 1-2, while Jackson Dart is 1-4, and that's why he loves Jackson Dart so much, because he just loves people that are the same as he.
Do you know that you just said Michael Vick?
Yes.
Why? I was
What do you
talking
mean?
about Vic Fangio.
Oh, is that what you said?
You silly boy.
Oh, well, can I tell you that I thought you were talking about Michael Vick talking about Jackson Dart, I believe I saw on
I
the
didn't know
news,
that. You
actually.
you got lucky then.
No, I'm probably making it up. I probably saw something, then correlated both together, and then I thought you meant Michael Vick because I saw that and not Vic Fangio. So, sorry for the stray. If you're reading this, you're gay. But I probably shouldn't have said that. But anyway.
The Birds head into this game.
What was your question?
Despite, well, I was just going to go into the game. Basically, they're coming off a loss.
Mm-hmm.
We're also coming off a loss. Eagles are on the road, 7.5-point favorites. This offense is banged up, Dons. But to me, the key is the Giants' pass rush, and can the Birds actually run the ball?
With Lander Dickerson being out, that's going to be a key matchup for us. Mm-hmm. It's going to be interesting to see how, Brett Toth replaces Landon Dickerson there, or if we're going to find an answer somewhere else. I don't know. Do you know who they're planning on inserting there? Is it going to be the same guy as last week or no?
They said they're going to go with the guy that you mentioned only because it's a short week, but I also heard moving forward, or if this was a Sunday game, Matt Pryor would play left guard, right guard, and they would move Steen.
Mm-hmm.
That was the what I heard today. But the reason I brought that up is the Giants are one of the worst teams in defending the run.
Mm-hmm.
But
didn't we just have that with the Broncos?
Yes, I was just going to talk about it, Dons. Good job. Kevin Patullo has a lot of pressure on him this week.
Yeah.
We thought he had pressure on him last week. I am so curious, Dons, to see the Eagles' game plan. Are we going to come out and run the ball? Are we going to come out pass heavy? Are we going to do what we did week one? We haven't discussed this yet, but how complimentary were you and I of Kevin Patullo's play calling in week one? Under center, fullback, play action. Where did all of these cool things go, Dons? What happened? So I'm excited to see Kevin Patullo and what this offense looks like, especially going up against a division rival. But for you, Dons, do you see us getting back on track? How do you see this game playing out in New York, in New Jersey?
We're a much better team than the New York Giants, so we should win this game by 17. We should. But I think we're going to have issues. I don't think this is going to be an easy game for us at all. I think this is going to be a boiling point where the pot kind of fizzles a little bit too much. And I know I probably should have said boils over, but that's okay. I think A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts' relationship is not reconcilable at this point where it comes to them actually being happy to be with each other. And I think that it just feels very McNabb T.O.-ish to me, where it's not necessarily open shots in the media, but it feels very childish in nature, whatever the hell's going on between the two, which I think has bled into the rest of our team. So we have a very uphill battle, a very steep ass battle to climb out of that hole. And if we can't do that, I think that we're going to still continue to have a very hard time to get on track. And I'm not saying that we're never going to get on track, but I don't think this is going to be the week where we figure it out, unfortunately. Short week, I don't know. This is like fight or flight right now, and I just can't say I believe that the Eagles are going to fix a 2.5-year problem in 4 days.
Well, nothing has been easy for the Birds this year, Dons.
No.
Nothing. We talked about how the Eagles have two of the worst passing halves in the NFL all season of any team. I'm just looking at the numbers here as we look at some of the notes before the game. The Giants are actually ahead of the Eagles in multiple categories on offense, which made me do not a double take, a triple take. Total offense, 261 yards per game for the Eagles. The Giants, 320. The Giants are averaging more than 60 yards per game in the Eagles. What is going on? Rushing offense. The Giants are averaging 117 rushing yards per game, Dons. We're not even at 100 yards. I had to look at that 3 times to make sure that the stat was correct. How are the Giants running the ball more than us with our offensive line, with our talent, with our defense, with our pedigree? This team is awful, but yet they have more success on the ground. And the last one. Passing offense. 161 yards per game for the Eagles. Let me repeat that. 162 yards per game. That is 31st in the NFL. Meanwhile, the New York Giants, a clip over 300, 204 yards, ranking 18th. I say all that to say, Dons, everything is going to change in this game. This is the game where the Eagles are clicking. Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Dallas Goedert, Saquon. This game could be over at the half.
I mean, I hope so. This is something that I want to talk about a little bit while we're here about the offense. And you can't have it both ways out there. And let me explain what I mean by that, because I know I make no sense. So football is one of those sports which is heavily influenced by decision makers. Now, basketball, even hockey, soccer, you usually have that one star that really helps you get over the top. Football is not that sport. Usually you can get a quarterback who can be the greatest and can lead you to a lot of success. But if that's the case, how come Patrick Mahomes, Peyton Manning, and Tom Brady weren't the only 3 quarterbacks to win Super Bowls over the last 20 years, 25 years, whatever it is? We're old. People can't say, look at all this talent, why are we doing bad, and act like offensive play calling and having a different offensive coordinator every single year isn't going to affect these players. I don't care that Jalen has experience handling that every single year that he's been in the league and in college and all that stuff. I don't care. That's still one of the most difficult things to do. And dummies, did you forget that there's 10 other people that start for the offense at the same time that also have to get used to the new offensive coordinator and their lingo, and now what this meant for the coach 2 years ago means something completely different for this coach. Kevin Petula's lack of experience here has hurt this team so much. We cannot underrate the impact that a new offensive coordinator who has never called plays. I don't care that he was in the building. I don't care that he was passing game or offensive game coordinator or whatever the hell he was. He was not sitting there calling plays, creating a rhythmic, beautiful pattern of gameplay, game calling, because you do have to get into a flow state in order for you to be successful. He has never done that before. We are feeling the impact of having, and I don't want to be a jerk, but it's a word I could think of, an incompetent play caller right now in the NFL, and expect us to be running on full cylinders, which is why I don't think 4 weeks is gonna do it. We have shown the greatest potential in our offense this year in multiple halves, right? Never a full game, but we've had quarters where we dominated offensively, and then we fall off the face of the earth. You know why? Because the offensive coordinator doesn't know how to respond to that success. It's a dog that's chasing the car that keeps getting there, and then the car keeps pulling away. So Kevin Petula is one of the major reasons why I don't think we're going to turn it around. But I know I kind of went off on a rant, and I'm sorry, but
don't ever apologize, Dons.
Come on, man. People need to stop underrating the value of these NFL coaches. They matter. Your coach matters. This isn't basketball. This isn't boxing. This isn't any of those individual sports. And boxing, you even need a good coach. But whatever. I digress, dude. Value your coaches because it matters. And we're seeing that here today.
Another reason that popped into my head, Don, let's not forget, this guy's calling the plays. It's not as if Jalen Leje can go out there and draw it up in the dirt, although Saquon did mention that the touchdown pass he had from Jalen was something that was not in the playbook. It's something they sort of cooked up on their own.
Yeah.
So initially on the surface, that's a good thing.
But that's getting on the flow state. That is a good thing.
Now, here's a stat. I sent you this today. I almost didn't believe it, and I looked it up again, and it is correct. The Eagles have had 3 and outs on 47% of their drives this season. That's a Kevin Petula problem, Don.
Yep.
That screams Kevin Petula. He's the one calling the plays. We did go through it last year. The Eagles had to find their rhythm, and credit to Kellen Moore, I guess. He figured it out. An experienced play caller, Chargers, Cowboys turned Dak Prescott around. Supposedly turned Jalen Hurts around. Now, despite the stats we'll go over later, this offense doesn't look the same. So, again, the Eagles have had 3 and outs on 47% of their drives. That's... I'm speechless, Dons, really.
Honestly, I'm kind of mad that the Colts are good this year because I was hoping Shane Steichen would get fired and he'd be our offensive coordinator next year. But I'm living in the past, much like my memories and good times. All the good times behind me. Nothing but misery and losses moving forward.
As we get older, all we do is get worse, Dons. And slower.
Everybody knows that.
Jalen Hurts ranks 3rd in the NFL with 11 total touchdowns. Only Josh Allen and Jared Goff are ahead of him in that category. He is the only quarterback with 125 passing attempts and 0 interceptions this season.
We are very efficient in the red zone, and Jalen is taking care of the ball, but to the detriment of our explosiveness. Anyway, I think Dallas Goedert's going to eat big time in this game. Who do you think is going to be the key player on offense that's going to contribute to get us over the top this week?
I hate to grab the low-hanging fruit, Dons, but it's A.J. Brown.
Ooh.
Yeah.
La la.
The Giants have
no
corners. No corners I'm concerned about. This seems like a game where AJ has his 120, 2 touchdowns. He's doing his LeBron celebration in the end zone where he's pushing his hands down. I can see it right now, Dons.
My boy's mad manic, just like me. AJ Brown's so manic.
I also wonder or worry, this is Saquon's short week. He talked about being sore. He's on the injury report with a knee. Who's going to get more carries, Dons? Is it Shipley? Is it Dillon? Could we see A.J. Dillon with 8 carries, Shipley with Bigsby? 7? Is it finally Bigsby? My dad asked me the other day, hey, that guy you guys traded for, are you playing him or what? What'd you trade for him for? I said, good question, Dad.
I feel the same way about A.J. Dillon. He was running great in the freaking Buccaneers. I mean, the Buccaneers and the Broncos game, and then they never ran him again. They never ran anybody again. Do you think this week we run the ball more than 9 times?
Definitely. Now,
and they're over 13.
Oh, way more. We're going to be ahead. We're going to be ahead this game most of the second half. Early lead, 14-0, 14-3, 21-10. We're handing the ball off. Now, I don't think Saquon's going to get a lot of work. I really don't, Dons. Not only because of the turf. That whole revenge with the Giants is over. That was last year.
Yeah, you won a Super Bowl. It's over now.
That's over now.
You're the ex that got fat after high school, had 3 kids, and now trying to get back with your baby. You ain't shit.
Damn.
You ain't nothing, baby.
I wanted to
and
pull
listen,
up.
that goes both male and female. I don't know what you were thinking. A fat man with 3 kids, very undesirable.
One of the things I want to bring up, and I'm pulling it up now, is oddly, Saquon Barkley this week talked about being traded or asking to be traded from the Giants, and that he also would have signed with them at one point, but they didn't come to him and speak to him. Now, the Eagles have a documentary coming out this week, Dons. Ooh. The Saquon documentary is coming out this weekend,
Focused
or Thursday,
on everything but football.
So we'll be watching it. We'll be talking about it next week. It's going to be on Amazon Prime. Cool. But I can't find the quote now, but my point was Saquon was talking about the Giants and his time there and being traded and the contract situation. I know that the documentary is coming out. To me, it was just like, shouldn't you be past this by now? Aren't you over this, Saquon? We just won a Super Bowl.
No.
You dominated. You almost won MVP, and you're still talking about the New York Giants?
Yeah, it was his first love, bro. What are you talking about? Everybody still thinks about their first love. Everything. It's probably not nothing is given to you. Everything is earned and aims to attack every single day and get better. That's not the quote you're looking for. Oh, whatever.
And the reason I brought that up is I think I don't know if he's hurt or not. He's on the injury report with a knee. He's probably just sore, got banged up.
He did look banged up last week.
This just seems like a game where we use him early if we need to, or maybe put the game out of hand and let him sort of sit on ice for another week. We do play the Vikings next. We have 10 days to prepare after this game, so we've got time to heal him up. I wonder how much he plays this week, Dons. I really do.
Yeah, well, time will tell.
All right. We don't need him.
Wrapping this up.
Yep.
Final score prediction. What do you got?
31-17 Birds.
Nice. Okay. You going to ask me?
I know you're going to go close, but Dons, what's the score going to be on Thursday night?
I think the score will be 23-24 Giants. I think the Birds are going to lose this week. I think they're going to have to face themselves hard and long in the mirror. And I think after this loss,
I'm just looking at the camera and
the
looking
Eagles
at you
are going
like,
to turn
what is
it
wrong
around.
with this guy?
Eagles are losing.
We're going to lose to the Giants?
Losing to the Giants. It's going to be Brian Daboll's last hurrah. If he doesn't win this game, he will get fired. And I think, yes, I think we might lose to the Giants, man. And if we do, a lot of bad stuff's going to happen.
I'm still taking in the fact that you think we're going to lose to this New York Giants team with no Neighbors and no Slayton. But you're right, Dons. It is more than just two players. It's a long game. You're right. Any given Sunday. The Giants went from beating the Chargers, an undefeated team who beat the Chiefs the previous week, to losing to the New Orleans Saints. So the NFL is very fickle, as it is week to week.
We should win. I'm not saying that I'm going to be surprised when we win. We should win. I just think we're going to lose.
Okay.
I just think we're going to lose.
We've got a little over 24 hours till game time. I can't tell you how excited I am for this one, Dons. Get that bad taste out of my mouth.
I need to get rid of this lost feeling. Hopefully I'm not doubling it up. But anyways, this wraps up this week's episode. I am Dons signing off. Chris, thank you for listening to the 132 podcast. Goodbye now.
Go Birds. Go Birds.